Brace yourself for shocking facts about the Kamikaze, the most explosive pilots in history. These human missiles were willing to sacrifice everything, and their story is as fascinating as it is terrifying. Get ready for a wild ride filled with wit, dark humor, and mind-blowing revelations. Let's dive in. Fact 1. The first kamikaze attack was not planned. During the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, 28-year-old Lieutenant Fusada Ida's Mitsubishi, a 6M50, sustained heavy damage. Despite this, he signaled his air group to continue without him and pointed toward the ground, signaling his intent to crash his plane deliberately. His target was Hangar 101, the base's main hangar, aiming for a suicide run. However, American ground fire tore apart his plane, causing it to overshoot the hangar and crash. Fact 2. The first planned kamikazes weren't until 3 years later. Conventional naval and aerial strategies proved ineffective in halting the American offensive following Pearl Harbor. This dire circumstance prompted the development of a new tactic. Japanese naval captain Motoharu Okamura expressed, "I am convinced that the most effective way to turn the tide of the war is through crash dive attacks using our aircraft. There will be no shortage of volunteers eager to seize this opportunity to defend our nation." Fact 3. Kamikaze pilots had the world's shortest frequent flyer programs. Just one way, no returns. Fact 4. The kamikaze motto, "If at first you don't succeed, you won't get a second chance." Fact 5. Kamikaze pilots had the ultimate job security. They couldn't be fired, demoted, or transferred. Fact 6. Kamikaze pilots had the world's shortest job interviews. Just one question. Are you ready to die? Fact 7. Battle of Okinawa's heavy loses. The Battle of Okinawa unfolded as a grueling 82-day struggle, engaging over 287,000 U.S. troops and 130,000 Japanese soldiers. It stands as the most brutal encounter in the Pacific Theater, claiming over 90,000 military lives from both camps and nearly 100,000 civilian casualties. Amidst this turmoil, kamikaze attacks wrought unprecedented devastation on the U.S. Navy, claiming the lives of almost 5,000 personnel in a single battle. In total, kamikazes sank 34 vessels and inflicted severe damage on hundreds more throughout the war. Fact 8. Kamikaze pilots had the world's most effective weight loss programs. Just one flight and you lost it all. Fact 9. Kamikaze pilots had the ultimate job perk, a guaranteed window seat. Fact 10. Kamikaze pilots had the world's shortest retirement plans. Just one final mission. Fact 11. Kamikaze pilots had the ultimate job security. No one could fire them, not even their boss. Fact 12. Kamikaze pilots had the ultimate job perks. No need to worry about health insurance or retirement plans. Fact 13. The Emperor personally visited them. Hisao Horiyama stands among the few surviving kamikaze pilots. At the time, he was a 21-year-old airman ensnared in a waning war effort. Reflecting on his experience, Horiyama has shared, "Death didn't occupy our thoughts much. We were taught to suppress our emotions. Even in death, we believed in a noble cause. It was the ultimate fulfillment of our duty, and we were under strict orders not to return. Surviving would have angered our superiors." He recollects a poignant moment from his training days. During our Army Training School graduation, the Showa Emperor graced our unit atop a white horse. I saw it as a personal summons for our service. I realized then that I had no option but to sacrifice my life for him. Fact 14. Pilots wrote their family final letters. All kamikaze pilots were required to write a letter and a will, which were meant to be sent to their families after their deaths. Fact 15. Not all kamikaze pilots were willing. Fact 16. Kamikaze aircraft were frequently in poor mechanical condition. Takehiko Anna, now in his 90s, survived World War II due to persistent technical issues with the aging planes pressed into service near the war's end. Many of these planes were repurposed as kamikazes. Ina's initial kamikaze mission was aborted before takeoff. His second attempt also failed when his plane's engine malfunctioned, leading to an emergency landing with the bomb still on board. On his third try, engine troubles again led to an emergency landing at sea. Ina and 2 others swam to a nearby island, where they were rescued by a Japanese submarine about 2 months later, just as the war ended. Ina's survival can be attributed to the poor condition of the Kamikaze fleet. Fact 17. Kamikaze pilots were used as propaganda. Fact 18. Kamikaze units were named from a poem. Fact 19. Kamikaze pilots were given a manual. They stored these manuals in their cockpit, which included instructions on how to execute their mission, along with a collection of motivating thoughts and words of reassurance.